After that little incident, we relocated to the kitchen. The smell of food filled the air. Despite the younger girl's easygoing attitude, always humming some cheerful melody, I found my cheeks still burning from embarrassment. To think that a girl would say such a thing. I quickly shook my head to clear the thoughts from my mind and turned towards the elder sister. This soup is delicious. Is Mayako-chan usually the one doing the cooking around here? Yay, I'm glad you like it, Takahiro. I don't usually cook, so I made a few lucky guesses. It is rather delicious, Mayako-chan. Perhaps you could do more cooking from now on. It would allow me more time to lounge around. Well, the first step to getting your wedding sash is to become a good housewife, and that includes cooking. I added this with a bit of amusement, following Machiko's comment. I took another sip of the soup. For a few lucky guesses, this dish had turned out pretty well. That's true. I'll learn how to clean, and I'll cook for you, and I don't know what else, but it'll be fun learning. Mayako, you should stop that. You know very well that it would be pointless for you to marry him. Only the villagers know how to craft a wedding sash, and we both know this will not happen. That's not necessarily true, Machiko-san. It only becomes ever more evident that you are not of this world, Takakun. The villagers do not tolerate our existence. They despise us. We could never ask such a favor of them. All we can do is hope to find some way to make the villagers accept you. But I guess I'll need to learn more about the village itself before we can do that. The pale-haired woman shook her head slowly, her ears flattening against her head as she did. It is not that simple. They would never trust us. Humans and fox spirits have never been able to get along. I am honestly surprised that you have been able to tolerate us this long. I would be happy to be proven wrong, and you are free to stay here as long as you wish, until, of course, you grow too weary of our ways and decide to leave. Oh, Nii-sama, please don't say things like that. Takahiro wouldn't do that. Would you, Takahiro? Of course not. I wouldn't abandon someone just because they're a different species. That's not the way Gushiken Takahiro does things. However, I do remember the village elder telling me that it wasn't just the fox spirits. It sounded like humans and spirits everywhere have been on bad terms for a long time. Do you know why, Machiko-san? I do not recall. Much information is withheld even from someone such as myself. Most spirits keep to themselves these days. There are a few exceptions, Tsuyori being one of them. Powerful spirits come and go as they please, but they tend to remain in their world. Fox spirits, however, have no other place to go. We are stuck in the human realm, for better or for worse. Huh? I didn't realize it was like that. I guess I'm finally learning stuff. Well, this Tsuyori character lives in the shrine, right? We should try asking her for some ideas. No. We don't need to go and see her. Absolutely not. No, I don't want to see her. I don't want to. I was somewhat taken aback by Machiko's suddenly childish way of speaking. It reminded me of the times I've been told to go visit the doctor when I was younger, complaining and throwing tantrums along the way. But isn't she the only one that can help us? I refuse to go. Tsuyori is a friend, and I dislike the idea of spending even a second in her presence. She can't be that bad, can she? Besides, if anything happens, I'll protect you. Fine. If it really means that much to you, I will attempt to lead you to the shrine again. But you will enter the grounds alone. I don't want to go anywhere near that place. You will be on your own, Takako. Can I come, Onisama? Absolutely not. I forbid it. You are not to follow us under any circumstances, Mayako. Fine. I'll just stay here like you said. I'll be here in the mansion. All alone, unprotected, all by myself. Who knows what might happen to me? I could get trapped under a bookcase and die. Or slip on a banana peel and die. Or get bored and die of boredom. I'd be so super duper bored sitting here all alone in the same place day in and day out. Fine, I get it. You may come along, but you must be on your best behavior, little one. No running around and no talking unless spoken to. Okay. Despite Mayako's cheerfulness, I couldn't help but wonder what had happened between Machiko and the Tsuyori for her to react so strongly. I decided that maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to spend some time with the two sisters to get to know them a little bit, to get to know them a bit better. Well, I do have 2 weeks until I need to get back to my own world, so there's really no need to rush. How about we do something else instead? I'm sure Machiko-san wouldn't mind the distraction. Well, the longer we get to stay away from that place, the better. How about bringing Maeko-chan along to go fetch fresh... What the hell am I reading? To go fetch some desserts for us. Jeez, English, Lord, English. There are oranges, apples, and a small vineyard behind the mansion. I could whip up some cream to go with it if you would like. Sure, that sounds easy enough. Let's get us some delicious fruit, Maeko-chan. Alright. As Maeko led me towards the garden of the impressive mansion, she seemed a little quiet, as though she had something on her mind. I wanted to ask her about it, but something about the way her ears sagged and her tail hung low told me that probably wasn't the best idea. I decided I would simply try to cheer her up. So, which do you prefer, Mayako-chan? Apples, grapes, or oranges? We could gather all three, but I bet we can grab a few for ourselves first. Apples, I guess. I knew a fox spirit once, a friend of Oni-sama who loved apples. I can't remember her name though. I guess my head's a bit hollow. Apples are awesome, crunchy on the outside and sweet on the inside. And your head isn't hollow, silly. If that was true, I think I'd still be stuck in that jail cell. Oni-sama did most of the thinking though. I just sort of went along with what she said. Well, someone has to take the lead. Besides, I'm still grateful for your help all the same. How about... I playfully kicked Mayako's... Oh god, I read that wrong. I thought it said kicked. I playfully flicked Mayako's forehead with a grin. See? It doesn't sound hollow at all. I'm sure there's plenty of clever thoughts in that pretty little head of yours. Ow, meanie. Now you know I'm right at least. Anyway, let's get those apples, shall we? Okay, I'll get them. You go grab that basket over there. Alright, let's get down to business. Feeling hyped, I went to grab one of the baskets stacked nearby and returned to Mayako, who had started climbing one of the trees. The girl looked accustomed to climbing, but her small hands had me a bit worried. Hanging from the branch with just her legs, she checked to see if the apples were ripe. Mayako-chan, be careful, you might slip. Ow. The girl had thrown an apple at me, and while my reflexes let me catch it with ease, the force behind it still stung my palm a little. Of course, I did exaggerate a bit for the girl. Haha, I'll be fine, Taka-kun. I've been climbing these trees all my life. Even the most experienced climbers end up running into trouble if they aren't careful. I smiled weakly at the girl's excited attitude, placing the apple caught into the basket. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm a fox spirit. I won't fall. I'm super careful. Watch, I'll grab the apples near the top. Wait, Mayako-chan, unless you can fly, I don't think you should go for those. Fly? I can't do that, silly Taka-kun. Who has ever heard of flying fox spirit? Ah! As expected, the moment Mayako tried to reach for one of the apples near the top of the tree, the girl ended up losing her footing and tumbled down towards the ground with a loud cry. Mayako! My reflexes quickly kicked themselves into gear, trying to catch the girl before she hit the ground. Unfortunately, I didn't notice the apples scattered around the tree, and as a result, ended up tripping over them. I managed another few steps and was able to catch Mayako before I dropped to the ground. My head was throbbing once I had recovered from the fall. I tried to sit up, but found myself held down by a small but substantial weight. Oh god, here we go. Opening my eyes, I looked up to see Mayako sitting in my lap. Owie! I guess I tried to reach a bit too far. Thank you, Takahiro. You saved me. And you gave me a soft, well, kinda soft and kinda hard landing. Mayako-chan, do you mind you're crushing me. Wow, oh my gosh, Takahiro, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. As the younger girl grew increasingly flustered, I knew I had to calm her down. Gently, I tilted my legs beneath her and she toppled forwards, her head resting against my chest. Really? That's how you... whatever. I guess we've learned that fox spirits can be pretty clumsy. Or maybe that Mayako is even cuter up close than I had thought. Well, what, Takahiro? I think you're mistaking me for Onisama. Nope, I'm talking to you. You have that innocent side to you that's really charming. I wouldn't be surprised if lots of people from the village would want you to claim you as their adorable little sister, once we've cleared up those misunderstandings. I'd be happy to call you my brother, Takahiro, but lots of people in that village are super mean. I just want to spend time with you and Onisama. Brother? How about darling? Darling? I don't know if I'm ready for that. Really? I think we'd be a cute couple. A hero and a fox spirit, living happily ever after. Your sister could stay too. We could raise a little family. I mean, we already have a house, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. And any guy from my world would kill to have a pretty wife like you. I held back a chuckle knowing all too well that my teasing was taking effect, and yet I was also happy to see her spirits seemingly lifted. Ha ha ha, thank you, Takani. I think Taka-kun would be better. Machiko-san probably wouldn't like another sibling, but I'm glad you cheered me up. You didn't seem too happy earlier. The way your tail and ears were hanging low reminded me of a scolded puppy. Huh? Oh right, I was just thinking is all. You know, about that spell I wanted to try? The one that needs the silky wedding undies? Wedding sash. It's kind of like a belt that the bride wears during the wedding ceremony. I doubt any spell involving panties would be a good idea to cast. Oh, I thought it was like wedding undies that you wear on your wedding night. Anyway, the spell. I don't know why, but I've wanted to try it for a little while now. And, well, it's a gate spell. Not like those temporary ones. Those are easy to make. A permanent one, like a portal to a different place. It sounds interesting, but are you sure it's safe? Silly, Takani. That's not the point. This spell, it might be able to help you. Well, that's good and all. I prefer not ending up in the middle of a sea or a live volcano. I think we should be a bit more careful with your magic. I'm a good mage. That's what Harry said when he told Atlantis he had a solution to their water shortage. I don't know what that means. Huh? What's Atlantis? A city with high ambitions sunk into the deep due to poor management. Anyway, I think it's best if we get an expert's opinion before we try anything. We're going to visit this Tsuyuri anyway, so maybe she'll be able to tell us if your spell will get me home. Wah, but Su-chan told me I shouldn't use magic at all. She said it was only for her to use or something. Maybe she had a reason for saying that. Like, maybe, I don't know, do spells have side effects? You're just like Oni-sama. She forbid me too, but I showed her that spells could be helpful and that I can control them, so she let me do more research. I'm not going to throw spells around like they're nothing. I'm not a dumb little kid. I'm not going to do anything. Besides, you seem old enough to take care of yourself. Not that I know how old someone like you might be, but beware of the dark side of magic. In most stories, magic usually comes with a price. Like, what would you do if magic gave you a terrible tummy ache? Or headaches? Or worse, diarrhea? Then you better prepare a gate spell to the nearest bathroom. I do get headaches, but those aren't really all that big of a deal. And I get to do a lot of things for Oni-sama. I'm not going to change that ever, so there. I already said I wasn't going to make you do anything. However, what you do need to change is the fact that you're straddling me and, you're rather close, so I'd appreciate it if you could get off. Aw, but you're so warm and soft. I could just curl up and sleep on you. Wait, don't go falling asleep on me. Haha, just kidding. I wouldn't do something like that out here. Maybe tonight, though. It's only fair since Oni-sama got to do it. But more importantly, dessert. We need to get back inside. Oni-sama's probably wondering what's taking so long. I couldn't really argue with the girl's impeccable logic. With a smile, I helped the girl to her feet and gathered the few fallen apples into the basket.